Hey guys, welcome to another video. I am back from the dead. I realise it's been probably a couple of months almost. Like the excuse I always use, just been busy with a lot of other things, and things have changed as well. So I'm in this Tesla Model X 100D. Where's the Model S? Just bad luck with that one again. Basically someone rear-ended it. Coming off the motorway junction, came to a bit of a standstill around a bend, and yeah, someone behind, whether they were or weren't paying attention, who knows, but yeah, they went into the back. Wasn't like a massive impact or anything like that, but it's enough to put the Model S out of action for God knows how long. The last time that happened, it took the car was gone for like 9 months or something stupid. It's gone to a different body shop this time around, so yeah, we'll see how long it takes this time around. I mean, the car's already been away for about 3 weeks, I think, or a bit more, and the estimate, a lot less than last time for that dent, that dent in the door panel that ended up costing or causing £16,000 worth of damage. And this one's a bit less. I think it's like 10 or thereabouts. But it's interesting this time round. Last time they have a 7 Series. This time we've got a Tesla Model X. Be interesting to see how it differs. Plus, you know, the two cars, they're very similar. You know, depending on your needs, you pick one or the other. Straight away, on the interior, it's pretty much identical to a Model S. Obviously, in the S that we've got the cream leather seats. This has got the all black and the wooden interior, like the matte finish. All this is very familiar, works the same way. There are a few other cool features of the Model X that you don't get in the Model S. Automatic features. Pretty much everything in this car is now electric, right down to, you know, you don't even need to open the doors yourselves. You know, I've demonstrated it as I got in. You know, you push the panels on the outside where the aluminium trim, whereas in the Model S where they kind of pop out and then you pull on them, this on Model X you kind of push them in, so it's, you literally do the opposite. And then when you get in, if you put your foot on the brake, automatically shuts the door. You know, you can control the Falcon Wing doors from the touchpad here as well. And I suppose that was one of the gimmick things with this Model X, those daft doors that you get at the back. I've known they have gone wrong for some people, where they just refuse to open or work properly, and cars have had to go back. But so far they've been absolutely fine. I mean, rarely. One that they've given us is a 7-seater model. Now, you've got different configurations for the Model X. Some people thought it's just a 7-seater, but you can get it as 5 seats, 6 seats, or 7. And of course, for 6 seats and 7 seats, you've got to pay more. Another big thing that I noticed straight away when you climb into this car, you sit higher up. It is an SUV, but then you've got this windscreen, which it almost looks like it breaks in the middle, but it doesn't. It's one massive windscreen that goes all the way back to like a third of the car, more than a third of the car. And I think this is the biggest windshield that's been fitted to any production car on the road. I don't think that's changed in the last 12 months or so. And it just makes it feel really like light and airy in here. And this is a big car, there's no two ways about that. It weighs 2.5 tons as well. As a result, in terms of performance, the comparable Tesla Model S 100D 0 to 60 is about I think it's about 0.6 of a second slower, which, you know, the Model S isn't that much lighter, but I didn't think it would be that much of a performance difference. But it's not like nowhere near slow at all. Like, it's just one of those electric cars. If I just put my foot down now, it does fire off. Not so much as, do you know what, compared to the Model S, it doesn't fire off as much as I thought. But it's no slouch for what it is. Now, as standard on the Model X 100D, you do get air suspension. However, it's not as, the suspension is slightly firmer in general, just to stop it from wallowing about as much. So it's not, you know, it doesn't feel as soft and supple as, you know, the air suspension in the equivalent Audi A8 or something like that. Right, one thing that I've noticed with this massive windscreen, it's a very sunny day, which makes a nice change for England. The sun's kind of up there, and this windshield here, this sun visor here is, what the hell is this? Is that the full extent of it? It can't be. Right, that's pretty abysmal, I'm not gonna lie. But still got things in the back there. It's still agile, but you know, if you wanted the agility and the handling, you probably wouldn't have gone for the Model X anyway. This is the family car, I suppose. And you know, sitting in the back, there's so much space. It's weird. You've got, because of where the Falcon Wing doors come in, if you're sat in the middle seat and you're really tall, then you might be a bit like struggling for headroom. But on the side seats, it's absolutely fine, loads of headroom. Like I said, I'm on the short side anyway, so it's brilliant for me. Right, how much is this car? The pricing and what Tesla have done in the last year has been a bit weird. Originally, this car was, there's loads of cars around here. It would start, this is the 100D, by the way. So you've got a 100 kilowatt battery and all-wheel drive. When it first came out in 2017, its starting price was about 95k, £95,000 here in the UK. As of, I think it was May last year, they've completely changed the pricing structure for both the Model S and the Model X, so it fits more in line with the new Model 3, which is meant to be, you know, the affordable electric car out of the whole range. And what they've done, they've slashed almost, so this one now, if you were to buy it now, is exactly the same. You'd still get the 100 kilowatt battery, it would just be on a, you know, newer reg. £80,000, just shy of £80,000. The Model S is a couple of £1,000s cheaper. And you've only got two versions now. You've got this, they don't even really refer to it as the 100D anymore, it's the long range all-wheel drive, and you've got the standard range, which is the equivalent of the 75D, 75 kilowatt battery. And in terms of range, they claim you'll get between 250 and 300 miles. Realistically, it depends, the type of driving that you do. Just over 200 I think is more than doable, but probably, you probably could get up to about 250 I think. Obviously if you're flooring it all the time and abusing that straight line performance, then yeah, it'll be in the hundreds somewhere. But you got those Tesla superchargers. Tesla supercharger will charge this to I think about 85% in half an hour. And obviously chances are if you've got one of these, you've got a Tesla home charger or something like that, which you're not bothered how long that takes, you just charge it overnight. So which one would you have over the S or the X? I mean, there are a lot of like cool little gimmicky things which, like the doors and how they're all automated. It reminds me of a Rolls Royce actually, that. Which I'm surprised you don't get in the Model S, because I suppose that's their kind of, it's not that much cheaper. It doesn't sit further below or anything like that. But one thing we'll say, for a 100 grand car or 80 grand, whatever it is now, the interior doesn't really match, but that's been said for so long, so you can't really pick on that too much. It is a very comfortable car. What I do really like is like this whole airiness inside. It's actually brilliant. And some people wonder with those silly doors at the back, if you pull into a parking space, there's another car next to you. Do they have enough space to open fully out? Well, they've got sensors in them, so they don't need to open out fully. They only need to break away a little bit. And is that a new Aston Martin Vantage? I do like those. But yeah, but again, I've seen videos where it hasn't worked and it's just whacked straight into the next one. And one thing you will notice, and this goes for really the model, not just the Model X, the Model S, the Model 3, just electric cars in general, because you don't have that engine noise in the background, because those electric motors are silent. You do, I'm just travelling on a 30 mile an hour road. You can hear a lot of the road noise, and I imagine when you're on the motorway as well, you get a lot of tyre noise and wind noise as well. Tesla argue that this is the most streamlined SUV out there. So that does combat how much wind noise you do get feeding in and range, blah blah blah. But realistically, it doesn't make all that much difference. When I'm in the Model S, I do feel inclined to just put my foot down, whereas it's all just a lot softer. You just waft along. Its claimed 0 to 60 is 4.7, I think, about 4.7 seconds, which for a 2.5 ton sports utility vehicle, that is quick. And this isn't the performance model. The performance model on the Tesla Model S, you all know it, it's 0 to 60 in like 2.4 seconds or something stupid. But in a car like this, you're not really going for that, are you? This is your eco-friendly family car for when you've got more than 3 kids. Anyway, as I've noticed with any time you do damage to a Tesla, the repair works takes forever. So I probably will have this car for quite some time. If there are particular aspects you want to know more about, if you're in the position to be kind of looking at a Model X or a Model S, and you're kind of weighing up pros and cons, do let me know down in the comments what you'd want to hear more about. Just to kind of round up, in comparison to the Model S, this is a few £1,000s more expensive, but the main changes, you sit higher up, you've got the same tech, it's a bit more automated in the sense of automatic doors and things like that. The boot space, both front and rear, is less than the Model S. Actually no, I think the front boot space on this is slightly more than the Model S, but in the rear it's reduced. Now, because this has 7 seats, the boot space is significantly less than, you know, the Model S and just in general. But those rear 2 seats do fold down. That way you can fit in all your weekly shopping. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.